Hey, Mark Weitzel from New Relic here, Vice President of our developer ecosystem and developer platform. And I'm here with Trevor Stewart, who's co-founder and head of product at Split.io.
How's it going? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We're all sort of sequestered in our homes, figuring out the work from home piece. And I thought it might be fun to talk with Trevor about some of the work that we're doing together around feature delivery. So you want to introduce yourself, Trevor, and tell us a bit about Split?
Yeah, definitely. Trevor Stewart, one of the co-founders here at Split, today leading our product efforts. For those who aren't familiar with Split, Split is a feature delivery platform. Feature delivery allows teams to roll out functionality to the percentages of their customer base. So you guys obviously do this at New Relic, but when you release a new feature, you turn it on for a percentage of your customers. The enabling technology to do that is what we call a feature flag. So you use our feature flags. You can then roll out a new feature to say 10, 20, 30% of your customers and understand the impact on your customer base, whether that's in tools like New Relic or even in tools like Split, where we actually bring in some data from tools that allow you to understand what is the impact I had on my customer experience.
So it sounds like our two tools can work really nicely together and really give developers a more holistic view of how the feature flags and the code that they're delivering in production sort of affect their entire estate. Can you kind of walk us through what that might look like?
Yeah, 100%. We can dive right in. And while you ask about it, it is probably one of our most common feature requests on the product side is how can you integrate Split with the tools I use today for performance monitoring and analytics, and how can you send the data that you have to these third-party tools. And so that's what we're really focused on, is how can we enrich the tools that our customers are using and understand the impact that feature flags are having. So as they gradually turn something on for a percentage of their customer base, what is the impact? Well, let's actually dive in. Let's take a quick look at how this works. So today we support our Java SDK. We do offer SDKs, and I think it's around 12 different languages today. And we are working to think through how we can add this integration to additional SDKs. But today, it is good to go on our Java SDK. You can find it here in our documentation. And it's a very easy setup. Mark, all you got to do is essentially come down here to our integrations, click on New Relic, and there's some very lightweight instructions. Once this is configured, and if you do a feature flag evaluation using our SDK, the impression that is generated, the impression is who saw what feature at what time, that will get appended to all of your New Relic transaction level data.
This looks really simple to add. Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Not too bad at all. We can actually take a dive in and see what that looks like within New Relic. Awesome. So this is the New Relic, obviously the summary page in New Relic 1. Congratulations earlier on the launch. This is a great new design. I was really pumped when we saw it come live.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Let's dive in. Let's take a look at, through the distributed tracing, we can actually see how that feature flag evaluation will be appended to the New Relic transaction level data. And so if we click onto any of these and actually scroll over here, once we get in here, you'll be able to easily see that Split is appending what key was used in the evaluation. Many times that's either a user ID or an account ID, what key was used in the evaluation, as well as what Split was evaluated and what treatment was returned. Nice. So you can see this particular transaction, we've shown you the key that was used. So the user ID in maybe this case, or the session ID. And then we actually had a split called Split Origami DBV3 that the user, when this transaction level data was sent to New Relic, was actually in the off treatment of.
So if I have that data and it comes into NRDB, I should just be able to run some queries on that, right? Through like our chart builder?
I think you can, yeah. So if I close out of here and come over to the chart builder, and actually I did this earlier, I think it was yesterday or so. And so I'll actually quickly pull one of the same query and you'll see the data return. Yeah. But this is actually slicing and dicing duration by users in the on and the off treatment.
Yeah. So at that point, if I've got the information in NRDB, I could add that to dashboards, things like that. But, we introduced back at our Future Stack event in September, this idea of programmability, like really building applications on top of the platform. And I know our teams have been working together on that. Can you show us a little bit of a sneak peek of what Split application might look like?
Yeah, no, and it's still in its polish phase, and so we're working to polish it over the next couple of weeks. But we can definitely give you a quick little preview. You'll see here in this Nerdlet the split viewer. When you click on this split viewer, essentially what we're building, and we're still kind of getting it finalized. But you can see for all of the splits or feature flags that you have, in this case splits, right? That's our terminology for a feature flag. You can see all of them listed here, as well as see the key metrics that you care about. So if we look at Origami DBV3, we can actually see how total transactions is being sliced and diced by users in the on and off treatment. We can see our transaction duration by users in the on and off treatment, and we can actually see things such as error count as well. And this is obviously just the beginning as we think about how we could build these dashboards to be more robust.
Yeah, this is really exciting. And I know because it's an application, you can actually have things like the deep links out to Split, your application. So it stops if I can imagine you're troubleshooting an application, there's a problem and you want to jump into Split right there in context. We have the deep linking, and you can also control some of the other application as well. So this is all really, really exciting stuff.
Yeah. And this is, and just to kind of talk a little bit more about that is, as you think about the potential use case, right? You roll out a feature to say 10, 20% of your customers, you see transaction duration begin to spike for users in the on treatment. Obviously, this is something you may be concerned about and you want to roll that feature back. The power of feature flags is you don't have to go through a code deploy, right? I think everybody knows that by this point, but feature flags allow you to break the deployment from the actual kind of rollout of the functionality. So all you would need to do here is actually click this kill button and you'll be able to roll back that feature to 100% being served the off treatment. That just gives you that peace of mind. So then you can dive deeper into the data in New Relic and understand more.
This is all great stuff. And I know as we start to put the polish on that and figure out how to surface that, we've introduced our catalog. That could be one area where we start looking at that. So our mutual customers can look at that and say, this is really interesting, and get that really one-click install and configuration as they go. So this is all really, really exciting stuff. And maybe it's a silver lining on being quarantined as we get to do fun stuff like this on a Friday afternoon.
No, it's very true. I just wish I had a beer in my hand.
Yeah, me too. Well, maybe next time we'll do a little bit of a happy hour and show some of the polished work. So Trevor, thank you very much for walking us through this. This is super exciting.
Awesome, and looking forward to getting this live. It started off as an idea. I think it was a Hack Week project that came together, and so it's really awesome to see a Hack Week project come to life. It's really awesome to be a part of the application catalog. So we're pumped to bring it to you guys and bring it to your customers in the next couple of weeks.
Sounds great.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Yep. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.